So I spent the morning setting up here and doing I masked up the paper and everything, and I didn't really hit the curves right. I didn't really get the angle right here, but very clean lines, etc., etc. As I said, the mixtures I kind of like. You see what happened here with this. This was the yellow was extremely kind of watery, if you like. So it had these unintended run-on effects. But I mean, you could deal with that. But overall, it's not really what I envisioned. Again, it's not really what I'm looking for. Of course, I'm going to let it dry and set it aside and see how it settles, if it settles. And yeah, I don't know. It's been it's kind of a frustrating morning. Just things, you know. I guess it's just not going as smoothly as you'd hope. But that's kind of part of it. So I'm going to do a couple of smaller prints here. It's always easier to manage. I think I don't have much paper left, but yeah, c'est la vie. I mean, it is what it is. So ran out of paper now. I need to go and make another order. However, where am I now? What I have is like a selection, a series of these paper studies, even these ones too, which kind of have, they all have something in them that appeals to me. And it's just a question of, I'd like to work up and to develop one or more of them. And now the task is to decide which direction to sort of to focus on. I can still see so much that I would like to develop, but I'm also conscious of time, how much time I will actually have in this space. I mean, we're already in February, like this is 1 month in. So I got a lot done in a month, I think. I got a lot of different kind of avenues explored. And now it's a question of, I'd like to really refine one and to push it into kind of more of what I would consider like a finished state, if such a thing could be achieved. So I have to say though, when I look at this is the original, and it's the simplest one. It's yeah, I mean, I really like this one. I like this sort of the free flowing nature of this curve. It's quite elegant the way it kind of sweeps very gently, and it's kind of uniform all the way along. And that's what appealed to me in the beginning. And when I look at the work I've done so far, I mean, over here, as I pointed out, like, I like this kind of sweep is quite nice, but some of this is quite jagged. This is jagged. It's a bit broken here, which it's a different effect, contrary to the one that I think I was going for. So, and then as I look at what I've done today, it just doesn't, it's gone too far away from that original idea. Plus I realized the thickness, if you like, or the depth of these lines is going to affect. So this doesn't really, I mean, again, it's a question of scaling. Like looking at this one, if you look at this width plus the width of this color block, and then over here this width and the color block is like this. So perhaps something I need to consider. It's a question of balance, trying to find a balance in these things in order to make them kind of sit down and read in the way that I can see them, or I can see most of them though. Although the more I look at this one, I mean, the more I enjoy it, the more I'm kind of attracted to it, if you like. And but that's often a question when I hang things up and then they become a bit more familiar to me. So. Okay, so I really hate to leave the studio when I'm not really connecting. It's almost like I don't want to, like you shouldn't go to sleep when you're fighting with your partner, when you're angry or something. So I came back in and gently tried to work my way into something again, and I'm really pleased with this one. I mean, I've been showing you these little prints over here. I've been quite happy with this movement. I'm kind of lost in these waves. So I said, okay, I need to just take a risk here. I'm gonna scale this up here and just dive in and see what happens. And I am really happy with this one. Look at this movement, like look how smooth this is. Oh my God, this is incredible. Like that's the moment that I've been kind of waiting for, is to just take a risk, like forget about all these kind of minutiae, these little calculations, and just dive in there and take a risk. So I am very pleased with this one. It's like, I even masked up the edges here, so I'm gonna have some clean lines here too. So it's it's incredible to get this going on. So yes, I know the sun is in this. It's quite like the shadows are very unforgiving here, but man, I love this. I love this movement. I'm totally getting lost in this. It's so smooth. It's so clean. I mean, there's some really, really nice human details here. Proportionally, it looks good. I got it square in the border here. So yeah, this is really something. I'm very pleased with this one. As you can probably tell, like this is exactly like the scale up, the feeling I was getting from these smaller ones. Just scaled it up into something. Oh my God, yeah, this is something for me. If you can remember right back at the start when I was doing these kinds of material experiments here, what I was really looking for was this kind of crossover here where you can actually read the colors when they overlap like this, rather than one just sort of cancelling out the other. So once I get that quality of that, that quality going on, then this is the kind of detail that I'm looking for here, where you get this interference here, like a little bit here as well. Like you can start to feel almost like layers. But look at this, like this is just incredible. Like, I mean, this is exactly what I've been trying to articulate, if you like, to put into a form. It's this is incredible.